Hey there, it's Jo here, back with another spread video, and today's spread is about where are you going. I'm making this up as I go along, but I wanted to use the Druid Animal Oracle, and I had this very much about where are you going. We've got our first card, and this is all about, where you're coming from. This is more of a present card, and then this is where you're going. So that's what we're looking at here. So this is obviously a general reading for people who are tuning in. See how it relates to you. If it doesn't, don't try and make it. It's me simply having fun and having a play with different spreads and finding out the best ways of using 3-card spreads. Okay, so our first card is Stag. I love that. So Stag, real masculine energy here. Really strong, filled with pride. And this feels like you feel like you're on top of things. Now, you may not feel like you're on top of everything in your life at the moment, but this feels like there's one area in your life where you feel like you're really alive and there's a lot of hope around it. There's this kind of new day dawning in the back here, and it's like you're ready to talk about it. It's like you're ready to share this with the rest of the world. Now, the thing that I'm really noticing here is this top aspect, and what I'm noticing about that, and I'm becoming really hot. So I feel like you're ready to talk to the rest of the world. Now, when I say that, I feel like it's broadcasting, okay? So that's pretty particular way of saying one particular thing, but this could be in many, many ways. This could be that you're ready to talk about your truth to people in your family, in your circle. It could be that you're ready to, launch something in this new endeavor, but you feel really secure about it, and you're kind of like you've earned your stripes. I don't even know if that's the right word, but you're really secure in the knowledge that you have, and you're very connected. Now, this is twofold connection. You're connected to spirit, but you're also connecting to community. So see, we've got the two branches, and then your branches are actually commingling, intermingling. So I'm feeling here that there's this strong sense of you being a part of a community that's like-minded, and it's also not a grassroots community, not a community group per se, but more so like-minded in the sense that it's probably a higher dimensional group that you're connecting to. There is also this symbol down here, which I don't recall what it's about, but I feel like it's an on button. It's a switch. You're ready to turn on. So this is a great card, a great first card of where you're coming from, because this is you learning a lot of it, or having a lot of experience. You may not feel like you do, but this is about like the inner part of you. This is where you've been. You have gained this experience. You still may doubt yourself. And this is where you are currently. Oh, okay, B. B is very much about community-minded things, so that's quite interesting. It's also from the air, because I was very much focused on the top part of that card. We also have that sun, which is, so there's a lot of that sort of, I talked about pride, there's sort of ego, but I don't mean ego in a negative sense. If we think about bee and community, a bee knows its place in the community. It knows how important it is. It knows its work is important, and that its happiness is important as the tribes or as the communities. There is this aspect here of you needing to be happy with what you're doing and moving forward with. The message I'm getting here is it's about letting go of old hurts and old wounds, and understanding that your place in the community is just as important, just as valid, if not more so. Because the thing is, if we are part of a community and we feel great within ourselves, our community benefits from our the sun that's shining from within us, that positivity that we extend to our community. So B is industrious, B is a hard worker, all of that sort of stuff. And this is currently where you are. So you might feel like you're a little bit overworked. And I think that B always comes to me as a spirit animal when I need to stop. So I want to give that message too, that there is this need for maybe stopping and just taking some time out. And there's, this big community building here. So it could mean that you might need to relax in the community at this time, but there's definitely a need for a pause here. there is a path, but the path is broken up, and there is the bee is actually hiding some of the path. So I feel like the bee is saying, the path is there for you, it'll be there. Let's take a break. Let's have a bit of time out and perhaps spend some valuable time in the sun. Now, I know that gender is a big issue, and there is a push not to talk about gender, but here I'm seeing a male energy and another male energy, because this is a drone bee, so that's the male bee, and this is a stag, which is the male of this species too. So I'm just calling that out. And the sun sort of has that more masculine quality too. So we've got quite a lot of masculine energy happening here. Wow. And then we have owl, but she feels like a she to me. I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm going to use these pronouns. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So the owl here is in the reverse. This is talking about where you're going. And owl is very much a secret keeper. Owl is very much and we've got the moon here, which is all about, what is hidden, what's not illuminated, what is being illuminated. The other thing is here we have, so this is ivy, and we have the night, or, this is a twilight, or it's getting darker. So we have a big change in the time of day here. It's almost like we have dawn, then we have the middle of the day, and then we have the evening. So that's really important. Where are you going? This is it's like a full day cycle, but it's related to a bigger time frame. The owl here can talk about new beginnings. It can talk about the death of something, and in this reverse position, definitely the death of something. Ivy will cover anything. It's really, really, it can get out of control, and it will smother things too. There is a portend. I don't even use that word. It's really weird. But this is talking about where you're going. It's something that you may not see everything that is coming when this comes. There's some secrets that you're not to know about at this time, but there's going to be a lot of wisdom coming for you from where you're going. And all of these skills that you're learning in these daylight practices, it's important that these here stabilize you before you move into this, because this is a deepness that, a real shadow self-awakening. Wow. Okay, there you go. That's, there's this, I'm really just being drawn into the owl's eyes. I'm going to turn it up because it'll just make it easier to look at. But there's a real honest look into your own eyes here, and seeing within you the shadow self, and understanding that the shadow self is worthy and in need of being honored, and so that you can release, the less than perfect aspects of the self. Not that we're going to be perfect and, all that stuff, but it's about embracing that shadow side, so that, that you can be accomplished in wherever it is you're going. It's about some unexpected aspects coming out. It's like you're going to, the feathers will be ruffled a little bit. And I say a little bit because they're the words that I'm getting, really. And the other thing that I really want to sort of focus on is this dawn of a new day, because I feel like that is coming forward too, and that the owl, when she's in the reverse, she talks of that as well. She is talking about, things coming in at night, and this could be dreams, this could be messages. There is also this sort of clairvoyance when it comes to owls, because they have such great sight, second sight. So there's messages there as well. But that shadow side of the self is really where I want to, bring your attention to. But it's like allowing this stuff to come into the day, bringing the stuff that you hide perhaps from the rest of the world, allowing it to come into the light. It brings this dawn of a new day. So where you're going is a much more balanced sense of who you are. Even when she's in the reverse, we have a lot of air energy here what I'm noticing, the owl is a bird of flight, and there is this strong connection to, the, I don't know, spirit or other realms. And there is a strong need to connect with the light in the day and the night. So, an important message there, which, it sounds a bit weird and it sounds a bit like, well, okay, fair enough. I don't really know what you mean. But what I mean is that, in equal parts, we need both. And that helps us see that, those bits about ourselves that we don't particularly love, some of those things are there to be really important teachers in our lives. So I hope you have got a message that you needed about where you're going. And I know I didn't talk about any places and things like that, but to me, that's not that important, because all of us are constantly moving. We're never stuck in one position. This is about where you're going, and it's more of a, the long journey. The long journey home is what I've been told to say. And this reading is a short reading that talks to you about identifying what it is that you're working through and on at the moment, and how and where you're going to get there. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you're so inclined, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more readings like this, as well as pick a card readings. I will say goodbye to you now. Thanks for being here. See you later.